Greetings, brothers and sisters. I come here to tell you about something new that occurred. I have been wondering about those orbs and things roaming up, flying about again. And because I was laying one morning in prayer and I heard Emperor Duplex speaking to me in my thoughts, and I can see that alien again tele, uh, using telepathy to speak with me. As normal, he's allowed to touch my mind, just as I'm allowed to touch other entities throughout the universe in spirit telepathically. When I was concerned about these things and I was able to find out what had occurred, why he continued to come back and forth to the earth. Like I told you before, he's short on substance, food, and the crafts are running out. They're dying out. That one was two planet ships, two gigantic, huge planet ships. I mean, if anybody on the earth would see it, they wouldn't believe they wouldn't believe their own eyes. If humanity knew what they were and what they looked like, they would be shocked at how gigantic they really are. They are just like exoplanets, or what they say, two giant Earths. They're huge ships, and Emperor Duplex is the one that rules these ships. He's the ruler of both huge planet ships. They're huge round crafts. It look like, well, they're huge. You can say they're more like dwarf planets, but they're gigantic and they're roaming about in space so far away from Earth, trillions of years, trillions of light years away. But it seems like that they are close to Earth because those are the ones that the other ones, they're the only ones that's really close to Earth galaxy. Although it is so many light years away, they're close to Earth galaxy. Anyway, like I'm telling you, I was seeing this, and after I saw this, and I was talking to this alien entity, it was briefing me on what the situation was because he's allowed to do so, and I was wondering what about Brother Jordell and stuff like that, and I had took a break and prayed, and I prayed a lengthy prayer and gave my sacrifice offering and tears. Then Satan appeared to me in his form like a man, a big red man, and I mean, big red, more like a big red dragon. That's what it was, in a big red T Rex form. But he's standing up on the side of me. He appeared in his dreadful, ugly state, talking to me and telling me I had better tell my alien friends to stop coming back forward to the earth. Uh, don't come back around here because this is his planet. I'm not lying to you about Satan, you know about the aliens, but you know, it gets to a point where I want to talk to somebody about these things because um, a lot of times people say you're crazy, you're out of your freaking mind, but I'm not out of my freaking mind because I'm not a normal person. I'm not, you know, like I say, I'm an angel. I'm the son of God, and He works through me so I can hammer out issues concerning entities all about. You see, God offered mankind a man to talk to, somebody in the flesh, that they won't have to worry about him coming in the spirit talking to them because they're terrified of him when he comes in the spirit. He comes through the rain, in the wind, in the storm. He comes through fire and all these things. They can't deal with it. It terrifies them. Therefore, I came and I spoke. I began to speak to mankind in ancient time, and I came in these times as well. So if these people understand, they're lost and confused. They don't understand anything when it comes to the heavens. But I'm trying my best to make them to understand things when it comes to the heavens, when it comes to righteous purity, when it comes to um, these objects that they're seeing in the sky. They don't know what they are. And I had to bargain with these species, these creatures that's coming back and forth to the earth. Because, like I was told when I was a child, two old man was one was asking another one of the elders asking the other, what's going to happen in his days. One of how it's going to be in his days. Another one said, in his time, there's going to be aliens roaming about, coming back and forth to the earth. And he wasn't lying. He said there's going to be aliens roaming back and forth to the earth. People ain't going to know what they are. And somebody was telling me, said, man, you must be out your freaking mind. But I was showing a friend of mine a while back in alien craft. I wanted him to go and I wanted to take him to the place where one was docked at, hiding. And when I was taking him, trying to take him there, he got terrified and was scared. He didn't want to go. He says, "No, man, those aliens. I don't want to see them because he knew that I was telling the truth. I have nothing to hide and I have nothing to lie about. Because when I talk to them, they come. When I ask them to show up, they show up. But I don't want to them. I don't want to introduce them to people to try and trap them because it's wrong to try and trap them. They are dangerous enough as it is. But when you mess with them in the wrong way, you attack them, they will retaliate. And when they do retaliate, if you actually take anyone from Millan, he's going to retaliate. When Millan retaliate, it's going to be a terrible thing for you. So it's better to leave Millan alone. When Jardel retaliates, it's better to leave him alone. That's why I don't understand why Satan would come and try to tell me, Lucifer himself will come and try to tell me to tell my alien friends to stay off the earth, to stop coming back and forth. They better not be messing with cattle and all that. He's going to try to trap them. Well, I told him, go ahead and try it. People would say, like he tried to tell me a long time ago that I was manipulated. A friend of mine told me one time where he was associated, he called himself being my friend. And he says that, well, uh, you the devil, you the trick of the devil. I said, hey, how can I be the devil? If I told you something gonna occur, it's gonna occur. I told him that they were gonna throw him in the pool, that some girls was gonna attack him and throw him in the pool, they attacked him and threw him in the pool. I wasn't even there. I wasn't there, but I warned him that what's gonna happen. And he told me that I put a curse on him. One is one. You know, I don't have to explain to you about who I am and what goes on in my life day to day to anyone. But I know one thing that God always had protected me in my life, which is why I never was afraid of anything. When I got afraid, I was used to be afraid when I was driving and a cop come behind me and the cop get out and want to ask me questions and then buck his gun. I would be afraid and then I think about it. It clicks to me and then I feel a spirit come up inside of me. A strong spirit and I feel a sword come up on my side. And at that I knew it was time. God was about to do something to this cop, so I just tried to be nice, very nice to him because he gave me the sword. He put this sword in my side in order to make something occur. It was like, man, this dude is about to have a heart attack. If he even try to shoot me, he's gonna die right then and there. I don't want to be. I don't want to feel. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. Something try to. Something happened to him. Something awful. I remember. I can recall one night. I was riding. I was driving, and this one cop, bad cop, he tries to follow behind me and stop me. And my cousin with me had all this marijuana. And I was telling my cousin get rid of that crap, and he had. I don't. I recall he was selling crack or smoking crack or whatever he was doing. And police come up there and mess with me and got to talking and stuff. And all of a sudden, it's this loud crashing sound right behind us. Some idiot ran straight into this other car, into the door while it was open, and ran into this other car. And he almost hit the police officer, and it kept going, and the police went after him. And what it was, I saw that the devil was busy that night. He wasn't concerned about me because he already had a devil he planted right there beside me. That's why I was want you to understand the world right now is moving so fast, so fast. Things are moving so fast. You got to be very careful. You think that you're safe from what the devil is trying to pull, but you don't know. He might have a devil right there beside you. All this bad stuff miss you all of a sudden, but there might be a devil sitting right there beside you. You don't know. He's there, right there. He planted one of his little serpents there. So he was busy at work, took the cop away from me, but I didn't realize my cousin right there that used to be with me, used to be around me all the time, was a devil. He had a devil in him. You know, understand what I'm saying? Devil. He was had a bad spirit on him and making him do wrong and trying to get me into trouble because he was using drugs all the time. And didn't care what kind of drugs he uses. He used any kind of drug he could to get himself high. He was a nutcase. He didn't want to listen, didn't want to praise the Lord, didn't want to go to church, didn't want to do anything. So you got to be careful of those people in your life. Moreover, that may help you to understand Satan is your enemy. Don't think that he's your friend because he's not your friend. Don't think that just because you get good things seemingly all the time you feel blessed, and then all of a sudden at the end of the day you're doing all sorts of dirt, but still you're getting blessed. It ain't God blessing you, baby. Understand it's not God blessing you. When all that good stuff keep happening to you and you continue to do wrong, do your wrong all the time. You constantly doing all kinds of bad stuff. All that cursing and lying and mistreating people and stuff like that. But you still getting good. You still getting rewarded with good things, good deeds and stuff like that. Who you think helping you? It ain't God helping you. It's Satan. Satan getting you all this good stuff. You know what? Because that's the stuff he's actually stealing from somebody, and he's getting it to you. He's building up your confidence so that he can entrap you even more, even deeper. He making you feel real good. I don't want to call no names on some of these celebrities, these big stars, when they had all sorts of nice things going on, they disgraced because all this good stuff was happening to them at first, and then all of a sudden, their shame began to show. What is hidden in the darkness will come to the light. You can do all kinds of dark stuff, but it's gonna come to the light sooner or later. All this stuff, the devil manipulates you into doing. But see, it's called self-destruction. He'll allow you to get away with doing all kinds of stuff that it's making you happy. He's satisfying you in a mighty good way. He always satisfies you, but he's satisfying you in a way because he know you're doing so much wrong. You're getting away with all your pleasure, all your dirt, all your filth, and all that stuff, all the dirty, nasty things you want to do in your life. He's allowing you to get away with it. for a long period of time. Then after a while, he put you to shame. He laughing at you. He letting you be disgraced. See, you think he your friend, but then he just set you up into a trap so that you can fall down into it. Oh, I got all this money. Oh man, I've been blessed. Wow, man. I got all these drugs, man. Wow. I got nice cars, man. I got all this stuff, man. I'm living in luxury. I'm having a time of my life. I can go on trips whenever I want to. Man, my bank account is fat. I don't ever worry about nothing. This is how they talk. They brag and boast about all the goodness that they got. I ain't gotta put up with that person. I ain't gotta help nobody else, man. I got it going on. And you see what's happening. People in certain places getting their houses burnt down, like in California and stuff. All of those nice homes, all that money you put in those homes, and you can't get your money back. Millions of dollars you done put in your house. You didn't see it coming. You was bragging and boasting about all the money you got, all the nice homes you got, being richer to people, being just as the snake want, just like the devil want. Talking about I got this, I got that. You bragging and boasting. You got a lot of money. You don't know what's gonna happen today or tomorrow. I keep telling you that. You don't know what the world gonna become. See, the devil did something nobody really thought he would do. He manipulated the minds of a whole lot of people, thousands and hundreds of thousands of people in the United States. And now they did one thing, they put one of his servants above them. They forgetting about that, and then still they're thinking that they're living nice. They don't see what's about to come. They don't see it. They're too blind and too wretched to know that they're about to get hatched. They're about to get like a hatchet. What do you say? Hatched. You can say hacked. I can say it like chopped up. A lot of people about to be cut bad, and they don't see that they're about to be cut bad. They're about to feel the pain and agony from their biggest, greatest mistake, and they don't understand. Satan is looking at them laughing. Oh, the world is moving real quick. All your partying, your excitement, and all that, your joy, you drinking and having fun, you giggling and laughing with your friends. But where your friends gonna be at when you sitting there crying in misery? Where they gonna be at? Don't nobody care about your tears. Don't nobody care about you being ashamed. They just gonna make fun of you too. But you gotta remember, only one really do care is God. Before it's too late, you better start crying to God. Give your tears to God. Stop listening to the devil. Stop lying. Give your sacrifice offering to God. That's what I'm asking you to do. Cry and pray to God. Why you gotta cry and pray out there somewhere homeless, somewhere in your car, disappointed in misery, somewhere sad and lost? You don't even know if somebody about to kidnap you or take you off. You won't know nothing like that because you refuse to humble yourself in praise and prayer. I remember one time I can recall when I was leave my dad's home, and I would go up the street just walking around. To want to go uptown and go visit and see what was going on, just to be nosy. Like they said, a bear go up to the mountains just to see what's on the other side. I was going up to town just to be nosy, see what was going on, see what was any fun going on because I was bored. And I could have sat back home and prayed and gave my sacrifice offering to God. And the Lord would want me to be careful, to watch the sky. And when I was out from out from the places that in the middle of the ocean, like in the middle in open spaces, like walking by myself. I could see lights in the sky. And he would tell me to go to by one of those houses or either go to a store and sit there. And I would go to one of those stores and I'd go if there were a lot of people was and to wait for a while. Because I would feel kind of real heavy. But I was wondering why would I feel real heavy? And I realized I would see the devil was at work. He was messing with me, make me feel the devil was really at work. He was pursuing me with things. So animals and stuff was messing with me. He's walking down the street. You walking down a long dark road, or you walking down a dirt road. You don't know what's gonna happen. And then you had at that time when Millan was roaming about, those other emperors of Millan was roaming about before they went to the ocean and started hiding underneath that whole lot. They were actually kidnapping people, taking them off and cutting them up, splicing their genes. You see, and this was a heavy, heavy feeling. The heavy feeling is a threat. So when you feel a heavy feeling, that's a threat. Something is about to try to mess with your life, take you out of life. This is how the devil works. You're being showed that the devil is about to try to harm you some kind of way. This is why I try to tell you to fast, to give your sacrifice offering to God. This is why I tell you to weep and cry, to cry. When you read the Psalms, cry and pray to God. Do a daily sacrifice offering by writing you some Psalms down. Psalms are nothing but prayers. Write them down to God. Write you some prayers down. Look at those prayers. If you got to write three or four of them down, write them down. You can read the same prayer over and over a day. Read them in the morning. Read them at night. Get to where you can get seven of them and read them early in the morning before you leave out. And seven of them before you go, the same seven before you go to bed at night. Or make you a different patch of some prayers. Give your but weep to them. Give your sacrifice over to God. I'm telling you, this is a way that God give you a gift of knowing, a gift of understanding. You will see whether or not something is waiting on you, other trap somewhere out there waiting or something. You'll know to protect yourself. I've heard a whole lot about women going on vacations down to Mexico or somewhere, Argentina or somewhere, or the Cancuns or somewhere, and they come up missing. And their parents don't even know what happened to them. Somebody come up missing or dead. People come up missing a lot. Nobody know what really happened to them. How are you gonna know what happened to them if you don't give your sacrifice over to God? And they wouldn't even come up missing if they was doing the same thing. See how God protects people. People telling me that, well, a lot of folks ain't protected because they don't have guns. They don't have weapons. But if you fast, if you cry to God and you sacrifice all, you constantly doing that, you building up a spiritual shield around yourself to protect you from harm. And you don't even know you building up that spiritual shield. The devil wants you to be fooled. Just like when somebody touch you. Every time you all up on somebody, you hugging on somebody, that person over there, that you don't know where that person been at. You don't know what kind of spirit is on that person. You letting that person hug all up on you and touch on you. A spirit that come from that person, a bad spirit that come on that person and come up on you. You don't know. You don't need that. Don't be lying to just people, anybody to touch on you, to hug on you, and greet you. You don't know what in the world kind of bad spirit is on that person. This is how the devil works. He works by touch, sending spirits up on you by touching as well. So you got to be careful. That person over there is so violent and disgusting and murder somebody, perverted, sick in the mind, done all sorts of bad things, and all of a sudden, They come touching you and put a bad spirit in that makes you do dirt just like them. You don't want that bad spirit or that bad spirit cause you to have problems, mishaps, all kinds of problems in your life. You don't need that. That's why deep praying and deep reading Psalms is necessary. Weeping while you're reading those Psalms is necessary. This is your humbleness during your supplications. You must obey and follow the right path. God sees all things. He protects you from the devil. And more over with the devil is so busy. He wants you to be confused and deceived. He wants to manipulate you in any kind of way he can. So you gotta wake up and try to understand. Then I saw the aliens come back to the earth, the half breeds, the ones they were coming back, and if you were outside, you should go on the inside because they started taking people. Because I heard that they would take people from the earth because they needed interbreeding. They began to interbreed with women. They needed the women embryo to breed with them. And the people had to flee. Man would people needed to flee inside. And because they hate light, you have to turn the lights on in your house and you have to turn up your music because they hate loud noises. But they will capture people that are outside at night. They hate light, bright lights, because their eyes can't stand it. Their eyes can't stand bright light. And they can't stand loud music. They can't stand a whole lot of noise. They like very, very quiet places. But they will capture you in the woods. They'll capture you wherever you're at in the dark. If they won't come into your house if it's light. But if you stand out there in the woods, if you stand out somewhere in the country and you got your house dark, they're gonna come inside your house. You see, it's a time coming ahead when you say a time is coming ahead when a lot of them will come upon the earth just to snatch people up because that time when they do snatch people up, it's gonna be, you know, time for them to commune with those that are trying to interbreed with humanity. But they don't want anything to do with humanity. They're just gonna take what they can take in order so they can survive even longer. These are the ones that will breed with man. These are not the ones that's searching for substances. See, it's different types of species. It's a different type of species besides Millan. This going the offspring, the blood that came from Millan, the Medihai will be the one that will take people because the Medihai is different from Millan. And Jardel was told he would not mess with the Medihai because the Medihai is different. They are also the servants of truth. But it's not they won't destroy people. They just take a few. They're gonna take some people though. They are gonna take people, but not to destroy them, but to breed with them. Just as the Medihai. I'm praying that all things go right. That all these things are truthful in nature, because Satan is busy, and that you understand the times were written that what must come forth, and the hour of hardship and dreadfulness will come. There will be times of conflict, times of turmoil. I mean, it would be great, dreadful things up on the earth that would be like a night out of a horror movie. So many nightmares events are coming up on the earth that we can't. People can't just say, "Well, I'm protected from this, I'm protected from that," because you're not protected. You're gonna need somebody there with you. You're gonna need some salvation, somebody's help. Everything is moving too fast right now. There's too much noise, too much clutter. You can't even hardly think in this world. You're gonna have to open your eyes. You see all the way around you, and the only thing that's gonna save you is your crying out, praying in songs, asking God for to deliver you, to deliver you, because all this crap is coming on. It's gonna be miserable up on the earth. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Chaos. So much chaos. So much bitterness. So much awful things going on. The world is about to be turned upside down. And ain't nobody can say you but God. You think it's beautiful outside right now. You think you better enjoy yourself right now because it's going to be awful. I hate to tell you this, but after a while, it will be a dreadful place to live. I won't be here for long. I know I'm not going to be stuck in this place. But when I am gone, so comes my enemies, the ones that will cause all sorts of chaos, the ones that will cause mankind to cry out like a baby. I, it hurts me so much in my heart because so many people disbelieve the truth. So many people are going to be destroyed. So many people think just because they're living good right now that everything is just peachy, it's going to be all right. Tomorrow is going to be the same. So many stupid people are blinded by Satan lies. So many people. It's an awful thing. It makes my heart hurts. I can't believe how many people I've seen so far in future days coming will just be slaughtered out of existence, wiped out. So many innocent people because they got their heads stuck up their butts. They're so blind and they're so manipulated by Satan's lies. And so many of them think because they're living in luxury that they got it made. So many of them are confused. It's sad. It hurts my heart. But I can only do one thing for them, and that's pray and ask God to deliver them because they refuse to obey. When they sit and they think that they can get away with all sorts of bad things and do foolishness, and they think that they can party all the time and not suffer any consequences. They think that life is a joke. They laugh at all sorts of people pain and suffering because they live well. They don't care about their fellow man. They have no love for anyone, only for their money and for their greed. I feel sorry for them. I see a time is coming ahead when they will have to walk down the street in misery, barefooted, homeless, cold and poor and lonely. When they will feel the stench, smell the stench, and feel pain and agony. They don't know what's coming. time is coming when they won't have any money at all. See, great earthquake is coming up on this rock we call the United States. It's gonna tap a whole lot of stuff, a multitude of earthquakes. Ain't gonna be nowhere to run, ain't gonna be nowhere to hide. And see, this is during the time when the false prophet will gain his power and the beast will be roaming about. They're gonna cause all kinds of havoc upon the earth. I told y'all this before, but y'all don't want to believe me. Y'all continue to think somebody's telling a lie. Keep laughing and joking and playing around. You're gonna see what's gonna happen. Everything is a joke to you, everything is a lie to you. Find out. Time is coming. See, like I said a little while ago, the devil gonna make you feel good and happy about all kinds of bad things, all kinds of dirt you doing now. He make you happy, make you feel good inside. But sooner or later, guess what's gonna happen? He gonna pull back, and all that bad stuff that you make feel with feeling good inside. When he pull back from you, you ain't gonna be feeling good inside because he gonna call you all this sickness. Cause you know, sin is death. All that stuff you refuse to pray, give your sacrifice on to God. Then it's too late. It's too late when you cry out. When you're on your deathbed, it's too late. You're already gone. See, because you're stupid, you allowed him to manipulate you and trick you into all that trap and all that stupidity. So keep walking down the path of darkness. Keep walking in sin. Don't give no sacrifice offering and prayers to God. Don't cry to God. Because when you do that, you're fooling yourself. It's self-destruction. When you should obey God, I ask of you to give sacrifice offering to God by praying and humble yourself before Him. Stop lying and cheating and robbing each other. Stop doing so much dirt. Remember, God sees all things. Be faithful to Him. Be honorable. Be honest. Fast and weep when you can. Pray. Humble yourself in obedience. Stop allowing Satan to manipulate your mind. I'm praying for you and your family. I'm praying for everybody that you find salvation, that you find love, joy, and happiness in life, and that you continue to walk down the path of righteousness. For God's name's sake, in the name of Jesus, please just try, find your way home to righteous purity. Thank you, brothers and sisters, and God bless.